Masachet Hullin Daf Lamed Zayin Amud Aleph, 3 lines down by the Mishnah. Hashochet Mesukenet, if someone slaughtered an animal that was almost dying. Rabban Shimon Gamer, Achet Tefarkes Viad of Regel, it's not mutar unless the animal moved a front leg and back leg after slaughtering. Otherwise, we assume that he died before Shechita. The Ezra says no. Dayam zinneka. It's enough just that the blood spurted out. Amar Rabbi Shimon. Avash chayda even if you're stuttering at nighttime, you know how to do it. You can't do it because you can't see. Umaharash came the next morning, you wake up, and you see the walls, yani the blood splattered everywhere. Kishra, you can assume it's kosher. She's in the that it for sure splattered blood. وخمينات ربي الأزهر أنا كنت بالأزهر like يعني that's where we learn from. Chachamim say actually the fakis bo or biyad or b'ragla. You don't have to do front and back leg either or. Or actually the kakesh b'zneva or the tail wagged. אחד במה אחד דקה ואחד בנזקה, whether it's a small animal or big animal. بما דקה שפשטה ידיו לא חזיריו. If a small animal however move the front leg but did not move it back, פסלס פסול. שאין אלוה הצעד נפש בבד, because that's just a spasm that happens when it dies and not a true sign of life. لما does not apply, שהייתה בחזקת מסוכנת only when you're assuming it's dead. Sorry, close to dying. אבל אם הייתה בחזקת בריאה, but if it's assumed to be healthy, אפילו אם בא close to מעליו שלה, then even if there's no movements, it's still kosher. מסוכנת ממאי דשאליה, what's the reason to say that the animal that's close to dying is מותר? versus מאי תהסק עד התנאציה, opposite, why would you see מסורת? זה משהו סלקטיב. זאת החיה אשר תאכלו. החיה usually means wild animal, but also can mean live. حياة only live you can eat. شنو الحياة الأخرى not dying not dead. But I'm just kidding. Dying animal is not considered alive. Where it says Torah already said you can't eat a nevela, which means an animal that already died. Sounds like an animal that's close to the Torah. These are the Torah because if you want to think that the dying animals are sore. If a dying animal is asur then why would you need to teach me of nevela after death? The Gemara says, but the Mahar and Nevela is going to be the same thing. Not a proof. The Gemara says, look, that can't be. The Pasuk says, "V'chiyamut min alehima asher hi lachem le'ochlah hanogea benevlataha." La'achar mitahu dekar la'achar. Only after death the Torah called it nevela. Nahayim lo nevela but not while it's alive. The Gemara says, "V'dema la'olam imach." Maybe you want to say, "Hayin nevela is the same thing." Nahayim ba'aseh v'la'achar mitahu. Maybe only while it's alive it's a aseh, and after the death it's only alive. So what's another proof that it's mutar to eat an animal after death? Elam du'arach manat terefa l'dachal. The Torah says don't eat a terefa. Mechan b'miskei shayach like a dying animal mutar. The itarach misuken sira. If you want to say that an animal that's close to dying is asur, hashtam misuken illa mahasra sira. So an animal that's close to death, it's not lacking anything, is asur terefam daiso terefa, which is lacking a or has a fatal flaw rather. No, Hidush is a sword. Gemara says, "V'dima hanu telefanu too." Maybe it's the same thing. V'lavor la ba'aseh v'lo tasemi there's double a sword. Gemara says, "Im kin nas case nevela the tarach melani why do you need to teach me nevela?" Umema hayim ka'el alag v'la ba'aseh. If there's already an isur of an animal that's alive and dying, la'achmid you don't need to teach me afterward. Gemara says, "V'dima hanu nevela hanu telefanu too." All three are the same. V'lavor ala b'shnad ba'aseh. Maybe now there's three isurim to eat it. Gemara says, "El me'acha." No, different proof. וחלב נבלה וחלב טרפה יעשה לכו מלאכה ואכול לא תאכלוהו. Pasuk says regarding the chelev, the asur fats of the nevela or terefa, you can use it but you can't eat it. More, we said in my hachta was tahidush. Amra Torah yavo isur nevela v'yachula isur chelev. The isur of nevela should come on top of the chelev. Yavo isur terefa v'yachula isur chelev, and the isur of terefa should also land on the chelev. Veda the dach terefa enu mizunah. You want to say that all the same? The Torah mana chelev nevela ya'aseh lecho melacha v'chelev terefa l'tochlu. It should have taken out the word nevela. But I mean, I don't know. Now v'chim if it's already alive. At isur terefa isur chelev terefa isur can land on the chelev. V'achmid nevela right. So for sure after nevela. That's why I mentioned nevela specifically. Mechal the terefa something was teaching you the terefa not the same as miskenet dying. I think that of Mar Rashi. The Dima I can tell you, Hainu Terefa, Hainu Zakin. Terefa and dying is the same. With the Gemara as we said earlier, Nevela the Kedarach Nanai, I need word Nevela. Lach Nevela lo atem mikor Mizakin. Maybe someone Nevela died from a different death that did not have a sickness. But that would be the case. Sha'asag Yisra, the guy split the animal in half. That's considered instant death without dying, close to dying. Hatanami, even there. While he was getting cut in half, It's impossible that there wouldn't be a close to death for a short bit of time. They come into the sack a little while before most of his body was cut. So therefore, technically, every Nivela has a stage where it is close to death. We never have an answer. If you want to say that, if you want to tell me that it would be asur to have a dying animal, lema halal nivela utrifat. The pasuk should have only said halal ben nivela utrifat. You shouldn't eat halal halal. Let me why mention halal twice. Zoi she'en halba haluk mi b'sara. That's teaching you that this animal terefa, the halal is not different from the rest of the meat. They're both taref. The eshla achab, there is another. Shehalba haluk mi b'sara. The halal is different from the meat. So what's that? It's a dying animal. Okay. You want to have a different answer? La Omar aha amwa Elokim. Hine nafshi lo metuma'a. The Navi Yaheskel was told to eat something not good, like very nasty actually. And Hashem, the Navi said, one second, why? I never became unclean. I never ate a nevela or terefa from my when I was a kid till now. I never ate pigul. Now, obviously, he never ate these things. None of us have eaten these things, hopefully. So what's the hidush? Why is that his proof of this thing is greatness? What does it mean? إن نفسي لو متما never became unclean. شلو هي هرتي بيوم لو ده ما بلاد that I never had impure those but that led me to be unclean at night time. When invited about خلنا نراي when I have never to live شلو هاتي بسار كوس I never ate animal where someone said slaughtered quickly because it was dying. ولبا بفي بسار we never ate بيقول شلو هاتي بما بتشورا I never ate meat that a Hachama said there's a problem with it. No suffix in his meat. Mishmur B'Tamar, he says, Shalom Achadi Me'ivah Shalom Hamu Me'atai, or he said, I didn't eat meat that the gifts to the Kohanim were not given yet. Now, the Gemara is, Iya Ma'at Rishon HaShem, makes sense. Say that an animal was dying mutar, Hainu Devuta, that's why the Heskel was so great that he would not eat it. Aliyah Ma'at Rishon HaShem, sword, my Heskel was Be'hidush. Must be. The animal close to death is mutar. What's the mean? He's close to dying. Marvi the Marav, Koshma Medino Tava in Ma'alet. Anyone is told to get up and doesn't rise, he can't. If he's able to eat pieces of wood, it's a sword. She doesn't have strength to rise, to get up. He says, even is able to eat beams, it's a sword, but doesn't have strength to rise. أخي لما مسكنا close to dying مرة with Marav كل شيء مدينة تابع أوتنين ما أدري any animal he told to get up but doesn't get up I feel him to get even eating wood I حاسس كمان I feel could even eating beams عشان هنا شمول تلميذ Rav شمول found the students of Rav مرة we told him my Amar Rav مسكين what Rav say regarding the dying animal I'm going to tell them how come Rav holds قعابة تلا هاي بكشاشابة was not if the animal um, moves very quietly or releases waste or wiggles his ear, other than perikus is considered enough for life. What's the point of moving the animal? The ear. What kind of movement is that? Shani Omer, I would say, anything that the animal dead animal doesn't do. Whereas my what does a dead animal do? Maranan, I didn't actually made it the animal's front leg was bent and extended it after slaughtering. So that's what the dead animal does. No proof that it was alive. Shtaba kafav was extended and the animal bent it. So that's something that dead animal does not do and therefore it must have been alive. ما كنا عشان نوضح يدوش تاني عمشنا سكتت اللي متى كاشف اشتهيدا فهزيلا بصالي إنه بس لسنا فيش هاي سيلا كشرات يجيو عمشنا سكتت if you do if the animal does retract its leg it's كشر ما says إما تنين only brought from عمشنا have mean I would have thought دافك the كيفة فشتبه هذا كيفة only if the animal extended it sorry it was already bent extended it then bent it again أبا بحشوتها وكفلا but if it's only extended and bent it maybe it won't be good enough كماش فلان therefore that even that is okay. Metvei. BSMR. Air memories, the memories to say, Goabish al shahita ends up because if the animal moves quietly during slaughtering, that's not considered enough as a live movement. Reaza BSMR Mishmo. I feel it even if the animal released waste, because Shabbatanah will move its tail, ends up because it's also not. Kasha goa kasha we said before moving does count, and then we also said waste counts. What's different? Why is it a contradiction? The Gemara says, goa that's not a contradiction regarding the moving. Had the Abe Rab's halacha where it was a thick voice, and therefore that's a lie. Hada amara kala in Breta where it's not good is or very faint. Also also the case of the waist, not a stira. Kam in the case of where it's dripping straight down, that's not considered life. Kam in the case of Rav where it was a good sound of life is where it was being pushed out with force. Men.